This is his First Amendment right. Get the fuck off of him.
What happens when a grandma shows up to a protest in a 7-foot inflatable costume that looks like a giant penis? In Fairhope, Alabama, people laughed, social media exploded, but the cops didn't. They arrested her, and now the city is trying to put her on trial for it. This isn't satire, it's real life. Let's unpack the wild story behind Aunt Tifa and Penisgate. Last October, 62-year-old Renea Gamble grabbed a Halloween costume, a blow-up outfit that looked, well, a certain way. She made a sign that said, "No Dick Tator," and headed to a No Kings rally in Fairhope, Alabama. Thousands showed up. There were unicorns, a giant blow-up chicken, and Renea, proudly holding an American flag inside her inflatable costume. People were laughing, snapping pics, making memes. One comment was like, "Bro, if an inflatable penis was the issue, why was it even sold as Spirit Halloween?" But not everyone was amused. Body cam video shows a Fairhope officer, Corporal Andrew Babb, walking straight toward Renea. He tells her the costume is unacceptable. She asks if she's detained. He just keeps lecturing. Then boom, he grabs her from behind, throws her to the ground. 2 other officers help pin her down and handcuff her. She's screaming because the costume is literally too big to fit in the squad car. When they finally take the suit off and ask her name, she says, "Aunt Tifa." That moment went viral. It blew up on every platform. It even got mentioned on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. A local station did a listener poll for Alabamian of the Year, and the winning nominee was Inflatable Fairhope Protest Penis. People online were hyped. I know it's only Monday, but this has to be Reel of the Week. I aspire to be a moral, quick-witted grandma, just like Aunt Tifa. But the story wasn't over. Everyone assumed the charges would get dropped. I mean, come on, you can't arrest someone for wearing a Halloween costume, right? But no, the city doubled down. They charged her with disturbing the peace, giving a false name, and more. Her trial is now set for April 15. Her lawyer, civil rights attorney David Jespes, called it absurd. There's no evidence she broke any law. The officer's report itself says he responded to complaints about traffic hazards, not anything she did. And Fairhope's disorderly conduct law doesn't even mention costumes. But a judge denied the motion to dismiss in just 1 sentence. Meanwhile, the mayor said, "This type of behavior or display is not acceptable and will not be tolerated in Fairhope," which only made people online even more fired up. Online reactions and perspectives. Across social platforms, people had a ton to say. Some folks were cheering her on. "Way to go, Grandma, keep fighting. This is what resistance looks like." Others pointed out the irony. If the costume was the problem, why was it even sold in stores? A few even joked about the police reaction. "Looks like these cops are really into that dick. Would you call them dictators?" Not everyone was laughing. Some argued protests themselves sometimes escalate. But the viral nature of the arrest made it a flashpoint for debates about free speech, police overreach, and how far a city should go to control public demonstrations. Since the arrest, the No Kings protests in Fairhope have grown even bigger. Last rally had nearly 1,200 people. They brought barricades, they leaned into the memes. Signs read things like, "Free speech is appealing," and "Don't be a meanie, it's just a weenie." And guess what? Renea showed up again, masked, sign in hand, inflatable costume back on. A grandma got thrown to the ground by police for a costume, and instead of fading away, she came back stronger. People online are calling it iconic, historic, ridiculous, or all of the above. Closing question. So here's the question, and this one's for you. At what point does free speech stop being funny and start being a civil rights issue? And should someone really face jail time over a costume at a protest? Drop your thoughts in the comments.